is the first video on the Skitty Automotive channel. This video is going to be a sit-down talk to explain kind of what the channel is going to be about and what has been done up to now and what kind of the plans are for the next year. So first things first, what is this channel? What's going to be going on? What are you going to see? So by the time you can tell, automotive, it's going to be just about everything. Interior, exterior, auto body, mechanics. It may not even be on a vehicle, it may be on a lawnmower. You never know. You kind of surprise each video that comes out. Which, to put this in, for starts, we're going to be doing a video a week, uploading, most likely trying to do every Friday. If more people come in, then it may be more than that, but for right now, we're just going to do one a week. But I'll get more into details of what's going to be going on because I'm going to have my dad pop in later in the video to explain some of the things he'll be doing. A lot of it is going to be teaching me things because I don't really know mechanics. I know auto body. I work in a shop dealing with that every day, so I know auto body. Just not the mechanics. So he's going to be teaching me. So everything that has happened up until today, which has been a long roller coaster, but we're here, so it's all right. So backstory, right around, I want to say February, March of this year, I bought a 98 F-150 with a blown 4.6 in it. I want to say around like May or June, I ended up getting a 5.4. Knew it ran, just didn't know how it, worked under pressure. So about a month before the first event, we didn't have enough time, so we had one of my dad's friends swap the motors. And it ran, but it definitely was not running on all cylinders. Did a lot of tweaking to it. Coming to find out, one, the motor wasn't running on all cylinders, but also it had a bad transmission. But we were running down the time and did not have enough to be able to swap the transmission before the first event. So I want to say even the week of the event, it did not want to stay running. It no matter what we were doing, it was not wanting to stay running. So we tweaked it a little bit, ended up getting it to run enough to get it to the event. The event, it was a roller coaster. One, I'm 21. I have never done anything like that before. It kind of showed, I'm not gonna lie. But also I had a truck that was fighting me the entire time. Because of the bad transmission, I had it down in first, but every time it would start going, it would shift into second and then back to first. So every time it went into second, I would lose power. Ended up not hitting the wall. I also did not blow any tires, but I did drive it off the pad. Kind of upset. I was hoping I was going to blow it right then and there. That was kind of my plan. Either the tires or the motor would have gone on the pad. Neither of them did. Anyway, so I did a lot of stuff to it before, kind of cosmetic wise, because I knew this one, first event, was just going to be practice because of what's coming. But I mainly did a lot of the accessories to it, but didn't put a lot of money into it because, one, I painted it. I did the paint, so I didn't have to pay anybody to do that. I created the paint, all that kind of stuff. Did put a roll cage in it and a harness and a race seat, steering wheel, all that kind of stuff. Also because I'm a girl and I like nice things. But that is so far what has happened. Now, what is happening now, which is super exciting, we're getting into putting a motor and a transmission that runs and is going to be great. I'm so excited. The plan is for a 351 Windsor to go in there. I've got two at the moment, kind of. One technically in possession, but there's one I'm trying to get that I'm gonna hope works, but it may fall through. That's a little bit more built than the one that I have. But the plan is to have it, built, down the road, put some nitrous to it, all that kind of good stuff. Got a transmission, so I ain't gonna worry about that. So right now we're in the mix of pulling the 5.4 out. What am I gonna do with it? I don't know. It might go to the junkyard. I have no idea. We also are a Ford family, so might keep some of the things that we can savor for another vehicle. Now, the plans for the next year, it's going to be jam-packed as long as it goes the way I'm hoping. Obviously, if there's issues, then we'll deal with those at the time. But mainly trying to get to as many of the Cletus and Cars events. I know for sure we're going to be going to the one in April, and as well as Lee Mullets in the end of the season. Going to try to make Indy, but it depends on how April goes, if we make that trip or not. As well as there are quite a few burnout competitions around our area that I'll probably try to make. As well as going to be getting to drag racing, which will probably start getting to the strip before even the first Cletus event, but it all depends on how quickly we can get this motor running and going the way I'm wanting. But hopefully by middle to end of the season, we're going to get a nitrous hookup to put in there, but time will tell. But yeah, let me go ahead and grab my dad so he can explain more in depth of what is going to be going on. Alrighty, so here's Dad, aka my pit crew,
aka Ben. I'm on the channel to do mechanic work with her, teach her, and to do body work. There's something her and I worked on, body work and mechanic wise, that big build that we did a little over a year ago. That's a show truck. Probably will be a video by itself highlighting that truck. It's one of our show trucks that we built. We are Ford people. I have an 87 F-150 I'm building. Right now I'm working on a customer's go-kart, getting the motors swapped on that. And I'm working back and forth. You'll see in the videos me popping in with her working on her burnout truck. I just give her pointers. She's still young yet, but she's grew up working on cars with her brother and me. And so she's learned that stuff.
basics.
The body work she learned from working on this show truck that we did. And then she does work at a facility that she mixes custom paint for automobiles. I am really into anything automotive, from go-karts to dirt bikes to four-wheelers to stereo equipment. And lawnmowers. I build subwoofer boxes for automobiles. I haven't really done too much of that recently, just mainly installation of radios, amps, subwoofers, stuff like that. I am going to meet up with some of my friends on maybe a sound off competition and sit in and do some demos, so I'll probably videotape that. I'm always working on something. So the majority of her burnout truck is me going to be popping in. There is some stuff like when we pull the motor that I'm going to be doing a lot of the stuff. She's just going to be helping me because there's some stuff that if we don't do it right, somebody can get hurt. So I don't want her getting hurt on that. Which she'll be in there with me, unhooking the transmission, doing all that stuff. We got one 351 Windsor that's stock, other than it has a mother thumper cam. I'm working on that right now, trying to get that running good. And then if we can get this other Windsor, this one's all built with aluminum heads, flat top pistons. It has a big cam in it, long tube headers. So that one we're trying to acquire. I don't know if that's working yet. That's still in the process. And then I have a C6 that we're going to put behind it. The one problem we had at Bristol, Cletus and Cars, is that the transmission is an electronic valve body. In other words, it goes by the computer. So if the computer tells it to shift because it has too many RPMs, then it's going to shift. And that's really what happened. A manual valve body is whatever gear you put it in, it stays in that gear. So that's what we're changing to. So it's going to have a Windsor. We just don't know which one it's going to be. It's either going to be a 350 horse to the other one I think is close to 450, maybe 500. And then once we spray it, it'll be more. We're probably going to be doing a Sniper EFI system on it. So not sure if that, I've heard a lot of good thing about the ACES fuel injection system. So that is something we're trying to plan. There are going to be some videos that are just me.
Or just me.
The little things I work on, she doesn't have interest in some of the stuff. So I will put up a tripod and maybe do some of that. Just show you some of that stuff.
I also have some things in the works that'll probably just be me and you guys and without him. So it just depends on what's going on. Alrighty, so now you know a little bit about us and what this channel is going to entail. So we'll see you on the next video.